For the last 2 years, the entire game was writing the perfect prompt. In 2026, Anthropic's own team is telling people something different. The head of Claude Code says he doesn't prompt Claude anymore. He builds loops that prompt it for him. In this briefing, we break down exactly what that means, how Claude Code/goal command actually works, and how to write conditions that hold up so your AI can work for an hour, not just one turn. That's not a hot take from some outside commentator. That's Boris Cherny, the person who built Claude Code, the tool millions of developers now use every day. His argument is simple. A single prompt gets you one turn of work. A loop keeps working, checking itself, and starting the next turn, all on its own. So let's actually open the hood on how that works. Strip away the marketing, and every agent loop on Claude Code or anywhere else is running the same 4-step cycle. First, gather context, read the file, the ticket, the test output. Second, take an action, edit code, run a command. Third, verify the work. Did that action actually succeed? And fourth, repeat, using what it just learned. A single prompt gets you through this cycle once. A loop keeps running it until the job is actually finished. Claude Code actually gives you 3 different ways to keep a session running without typing another prompt. /goal starts the next turn the moment the previous one finishes and keeps going until a condition is confirmed true. /loop instead waits for a time interval and reruns locally, useful for recurring checks. /schedule is the same idea, moved to the cloud, so it runs even when your laptop's closed. And underneath all of them, you can write your own stop hook, a script or prompt that makes the actual call. Today, we're focusing on the one built for real work with a clear finish line, /goal. Here's the actual mechanism. You type /goal, followed by a condition, something like all tests and test/auth-pass, and the lint step is clean. Claude immediately starts working toward it. After every single turn, a small, fast model, haiku by default, reads the condition and the conversation so far and answers one question, yes or no. If no, Claude keeps going, using the checker's reason as guidance for what to try next. If yes, the goal clears automatically and control comes back to you. No extra prompting, no babysitting each step. The single biggest reason a goal fails isn't the AI, it's the condition you wrote. Make the code better sounds reasonable, but the checker model has nothing it can actually confirm, so it either declares victory too early or never stops at all. Compare that to all tests and test/auth-pass and lint exit 0 or stop after 20 turns. That's a real finish line. Claude can run the tests. The result lands in the transcript, and the checker can point at it and say yes or no with confidence. Anthropic's own documentation boils a good condition down to 4 ingredients. 1. A measurable end state, something concrete like a test result or a file count. 2. A stated check, tell Claude exactly how to prove it. npm test exit 0, not just test pass. 3. Constraints that matter, anything that must not change along the way, like don't touch any other test file. And 4. A bound, a turn count or time limit, so a bad condition can't just run forever, burning tokens. Get those 4 right, and /goal genuinely runs unattended. So where does this actually pay off? Migrating a whole module to a new API and not stopping until every call site compiles and every test passes. Implementing a design doc, checked against its own list of acceptance criteria. Splitting one massive file into focus modules until each one fits under a size budget. Or working through an entire labeled issue backlog, one ticket at a time, until the queue is empty. Notice the pattern. Every one of these has a real, checkable finish line. A few things worth knowing before you rely on this. /goal doesn't change your permissions. Claude will still stop and ask before running a command your settings haven't already approved. So pair it with auto mode if you actually want a fully unattended run. The checker model also can't open files or run tests on its own. It only reads the transcript. So write your condition as something Claude's own output can prove. And only one goal can be active per session. Set a new one, and it simply replaces whatever was running before. Zoom out, and this is really Anthropic describing an entire operating philosophy, not just one command. Preserve mistakes instead of quietly hiding them, so the next loop can actually learn. Build verification into the loop itself. Don't bolt it on after the fact. Move recurring work into scheduled routines, instead of re-explaining the same task every morning. And keep context minimal. Match the size of the loop to the size of the actual job. Anthropic's own advice here is refreshingly modest. Start with the simplest solution and add these patterns only when you actually need them. So, should you throw out everything you know about prompting? No, but it's no longer the whole game. The people building these tools are telling you directly the leverage has moved from the single perfect prompt to the loop around it. Gather context, take action, verify, repeat. Start small. Pick one well-scoped task, write a condition with a real finish line, and try /goal for yourself. Thanks for watching. This has been an AI Briefing Book Deep Dive.